You said that Caesarea Philippi is right next to Lebanon. So what happened there? I mean, like biblically, what passages of the Bible point to this place?
In Matthew 16, and I'll keep this short because I know you want to talk about the Eucharist.
Yeah.
But in Matthew chapter 16, it says that Jesus took his disciples up into the district of Caesarea Philippi, which is right on the border with Lebanon. From Caesarea Philippi, you can see the electric fence between. And it's very sad that I can't take people across from there into Lebanon. Someday I pray for peace where we can do this. But when I'm there, I say to people, look at this scenery. Here is a huge rock. It is 500 feet long and 50 feet high or more. And there's a big cave in that rock. And there used to be a temple in front of the cave. It was made of marble from Greece. And when Jesus stood there, he saw the rock with the temple in front of the cave. And it was called Banyas. Originally, it was called Panias with a P, because of the god Pan. The Greek god Pan was worshipped there. And I know in Arabic, there's no P sound like in pi or papa. It's only B. So they changed Panias to Banyas. That's how the name got changed. But only for the biblical period of time, a short period, it was called Caesarea Philippi because the Herod Caesar built his capital there. Well, anyway, when Jesus was there, the pagans used to go into that temple and throw living sacrifices into the cave, which was full of water. And they believed that the gods lived down under there. It was an entrance into the netherworld, the place of the dead, and the gods lived down there, and they would make sacrifices. So when Jesus says to Peter, you are the rock, he's looking at a huge rock when he says that. And the gates of hell, well, that cave was considered to be the gates of the Hades, or the entrance into the netherworld, the gates of hell. So everything Jesus says in Matthew 16, you can see it with your eyes right there in front of you. And he says, I will build my church, not that false Greek temple there. I'm going to build my real church, not on a false rock, but on a new rock. And we're not going to worship the false Lord Pan. We're going to worship the true Lord Jesus, and we're not going to have the fake sacrifice of living animals and people even, but we're going to have the true sacrifice, meaning Jesus and the Eucharist. So when I'm there showing people this, it's amazing because the site describes exactly what Jesus is saying, which I'm convinced is why he went up there to say it.
Yeah. He reversed the pagan belief into the true belief, right?
Absolutely. And he said to Peter, who do men say that I am? He said to all the disciples, who do men say that I am? And they said, well, some people say you're Jeremiah or John the Baptist or one of the prophets. And Jesus said, who do you say that I am? And Peter said, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. And he was correct. And I think Jesus then replied, thank you, Peter, for defining me. You've just defined who I am. Now I'm going to define you. I'm going to return the favor. You are rock, and on this rock, I will build my church. And there in the background is the rock, big rock. So it was very smart. And that is right on the Lebanon. When I'm standing there, Caesarea Philippi, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but if I took a rock and threw it, I could throw it right into Lebanon from that place. That's how close it is.